All right, let's give it a go. Let's go. So this could be our last episode for a while, at least. We've been thinking here that we've been doing this for probably nearly 4 years now, and probably at a bit of a crossroads. Actually, we see that there's a lot of AI generated content. We see a lot of people being able to create content quite easily. We're seeing tools like Notebook LM, which is effectively doing a much better job than what we'd ever be able to do. Maybe I'd like to get some encouragement in the comments. But today's really about reflecting on whether podcasts like ours, in particular music podcasts, whether there's actually a future in it. We know that there are a handful of very famous podcasts out there. People like us, not so large, not sure if there's an actual future there, but want to open that discussion up.
Yeah, I would definitely agree that we're at a bit of a crossroads, and it's a situation where really AI's, building a ship by sailing it, really, aren't we? Like it's so far ahead of itself that people in general are struggling to keep up, and the content that's out there, we've always been about, I guess, trying to be as genuine as possible and review things that we're interested in. Hopefully our viewership are interested in as well. And we really love the idea of the whole comments, people interacting with us to whether they disagree or not. I know that we've had some videos in the past looking at you, Billy Corgan, that, kind of opened up the conversation and dialogue, but it's got to a point where AI is killing us.
It is. And we can see that probably over the last 4 years that a lot has happened. You've had tools like ChatGPT that have come online.
Yeah.
We definitely know that there are podcasts out there, even if they're not using tools like Notebook LM, they're using ChatGPT almost entirely to create scripts. We do notice particular situations where people are effectively reading off scripts. That's something we never have really dabbled in. I mean, we like to think that we have our own ideas, and that's what we like to discuss. But it does feel as if it has created a lot more content. There's a lot of people who have been able to generate content quite easily, and not all of that content's very good.
Well, there's a lot of shit out there. Let's be honest. I mean, we're watching videos now that are basically telling people this is all you need to do to become monetized to make a podcast in terms of using AI. All scripted. You're making your own avatar. I mean, I think we've come up pretty good looking at avatars, mate. But I just think it's becoming soulless, really, isn't it? We're losing the creativity and the originality of it.
It is. And I mean, what I'd like to say to those who are thinking about using AI to generate podcasts and believe that they can truly make money out of it, there's going to be innovations by Google that will make even your tasks, even if it does take you 10 minutes to roll out a podcast, there'll be something around the corner that it will automate that. Just what it means is that there has been changes around what we consume in terms of information. And it seems to me that it's less human-led now in a lot of ways. Even with human podcasts, there's an AI script that might be behind those podcasts. So it does feel a little bit soulless, doesn't it?
It doesn't. It really doesn't feel like a conversation we would have been having a few years ago. It really is just happening at exponential speed. Like, it's just crazy. And we'd be interested in the comments. And what do people look for in a podcast when they're searching? Because as we're saying, it's going to be filled up with a lot of AI crap, whether we like it or not, and filtering out to get the genuine stuff. We at Indie Miners think we do a reasonably good job here, but it's complex.
It is, and it's a lot of effort, right? So I think that's fine. I think we definitely do this because we enjoy it, but we have noticed that
Don't do it for the money.
Oh, well, I mean, I haven't told him how much money we're actually making, but correct. Well, but it is something that we are noting that there are less opportunities to do podcasts that are getting, I guess, a half decent amount of views. I mean, for a podcast like ours, 1,000 views is pretty cool where we've been able to do that. We've been able to do that on many occasions, but there's been a lot where it hasn't gone so well. And I think a lot of that just comes down to what else is out there. There's just a multitude of options.
And the algorithm.
But that's okay as well. Look, I think that's YouTube's choice around how they deliver content. I don't think we've got too much to complain about.
No, and it's fair game. It's fair game.
It is. But I think if there's a multitude of different options, I guess that just makes it harder for your voice to get heard. So it's okay. I don't think there's a problem. I mean, I think there is a whole another conversation about music itself.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. And in terms of reflecting on our 4 years, I mean, we've had some real highlights, and one of my favourite videos has been interviewing Hamish Rosser from the Vines. And my question to ourselves, mate, is that would that have gone as successful and got the interaction with the audience if we were two avatars and turned Hamish into an avatar? Would people have watched? I don't reckon so. I still think there's room for channels and podcasts like ours, but it's becoming increasingly challenging.
It is. And I think music itself is also coming down with a lot of that as well. I mean, we're seeing lots of different videos, we saw a Rick Beato video the other day where it was talking about how easy it is to use tools such as Suno, such as Udio, and we've covered that on the channel as well. We're finding that probably music isn't as interesting as it used to be, and which is really sad in a lot of ways. We keep going back to the old stuff more than what we find. We have conversations every week about what we would like to review. It's getting harder, isn't it?
Oh, mate, I would say music is soulless in a way, really, and that's the direction we're heading. And I reckon I've probably listened to 2% of my music last year would have been new and fresh music. And here on the channel, we even struggled to find new stuff. We found some real gems there, mate, in the Bojums and some other artists, some other indie artists coming up. But it's becoming increasingly challenging to find these artists due to the amount of crap that's being thrown out there. Like 1 million songs a year are being thrown.
I mean, there is more AI songs out there now than there is songs in the 50 or 60 years of music in terms of popular music, and that's only going to continue. And artists are using these tools to develop new songs, new material. It feels like the only artists that this is really going to benefit are the ones that are really established. I think that artists such as Taylor Swift, look, don't know for sure if they actually use AI, but I think that I'd be astounded to find out if she didn't.
Yeah.
And what it means is that there's just lots more content. It seems like all that content just sounds pretty much the same.
Oh, absolutely. And another curveball I'll throw you, mate. What's this going to look like for the live music industry?
Yeah.
So if you've got these artists or people at home just punching out music using Suno and other devices, what's that going to look like for a song and a band that kind of gets picked up and then fans are going, well, where's the live concerts? Are live concerts going to peter out after our generation of artists?
Well, that is interesting, isn't it? And I think that more and more the whole industry is basically made for older established acts, and acts like the Beatles, for example, they've had about 5 or 6 dips that had a lot of different I guess innovations in music. You think about CDs, you think about tapes, you think about
all the formats,
and then the rehashes, the remasters, lots of different dips, and probably 70% of songs, if you think about Spotify, aren't actually returning any royalties back to the artist. So that is something that I know that people are definitely aware. There's a big question about how to monetize your material, but again, this is probably the world we're living in, where even though there's more material, there is I don't think more good material, and it becomes a struggle every week in trying to come up with an idea about reviewing something, which is truly something that you want to be spending time on.
Oh, 100%. I'd be really interested in the comments. Are we just two middle-aged men who are set in their ways in terms of music that we like? I mean, that's a conversation point there, but also the sincerity of artists who actually write their own music, that have something to say, that's actually, from the heart. You listen to it and you go, that's a genuine song versus something that's just AI generated from a random idea. Is that just the future of music, and people going to be happy with that? Or are they going to be going back to their old music like we do, mate? I don't know.
So we had an aim when we first did this to get to 1,000 subscribers. We never did. We're about 40 short. I think we've done all right. I mean, we might still pop out episodes as we move forward, but I think we're at a point where, to be honest, we are a little bit jaded by the experience as much as it's been fun. But let us know in the comments, do you agree with us around music podcasts is there a limited lifespan with the type of genre and also the sentiments about music. We are seeing that it's getting this more and more tiring and really there's less good stuff about. So it really has led to probably a decision to sort of see if we can maybe just put this on hold for a little while.
And if it is our last episode, thank you to all of the subscribers, all the people who have watched the episodes, interacted. It's been a great journey. It's connected us from being in Tasmania and Melbourne, and thank you.